All right, let's settle this debate once and for all around which is better, Medicare Advantage plans or Medicare Supplement plans. Now, right off the bat, we have to clarify, because better probably isn't the best word to use here, because these two plans are built completely differently, and they are perfect for two different types of people. In fact, in our agency, our clients make up almost exactly 50-50 in terms of 50% of them choose Medicare Advantage plans and 50% of them choose Medicare Supplement plans. We're going to go over 6 categories that are important to people as they're making this decision, and then we're going to let you decide which is better for you. The first thing to talk about would be something that's really important to a lot of people, and that is money and the cost of these plans, specifically the monthly premium, because this is a fixed cost. And if you go on Medicare at 65, well, you're going to be on Medicare for another 10, 20, 30 years. And so that's something that you have to keep in mind. And so to start with the premium, Medicare Advantage plans often come at 0 premium or very low premium. Now, Medicare Advantage plans are based on zip codes. So if you are in a more populated area with access to a lot of hospital systems, chances are that you're going to have a lot of $0 premium Medicare Advantage plans available to you. If you're in a little bit more of a rural area, you might have a low premium in the $29, $39 a month range, but it's still really low. And then finally, if you're in kind of more of a remote area, you might not have access to Medicare Advantage plans. The premiums from that perspective are very, very low. You go over to the other side, which is the Medicare Supplement Plan, and you're going to see higher premiums. And what I mean by higher is you're going to start at around $100 and it's going to go up from there. Medicare Supplement Plan premiums are based on age, gender, where you live, the insurance company you choose, and which plan you choose, because there are 10 plans, each with different letters. The most popular are Plan G and Plan N. Those are the two things to consider when it comes to premiums, and we're going to give the edge to Medicare Advantage plans here in terms of which is most advantageous from a premium perspective. Moving on, we're going to go to another financial conversation, and that is cost sharing, and that would be things like deductibles and copays and your out-of-pocket expenses while on these plans. Now, when we go to Medicare Advantage plans, you're going to have cost sharing, and it's going to act a lot like the traditional plans that you've had through your employer group or if you're on an individual plan. So you're going to have things like copays and coinsurance and an out-of-pocket maximum. Now, if we go over to the Medicare Supplement side, the cost sharing is very low. In fact, in 2022, if you're on a Plan G, all you have to worry about is the Part B deductible of $233. After you meet that, your Medicare Supplement plan covers all of your medical expenses that are approved by Medicare 100%. So in terms of cost sharing, Medicare Supplement plans come out on top on this one. Let's move on to the third category, and that would be drug coverage. Now, with most Medicare Advantage plans, Part D prescription drug plans come included with the Medicare Advantage plan. So it all comes in one bundle, which is very nice and convenient. With that Part D coverage, it's going to be subject to that insurance company in terms of you're going to be subject to that formulary and the tiering of their medications, but it's nice to have it all in one bundle. Moving over to the Medicare Supplement Plan, Part D prescription drug coverage does not come included with it. So you would have to purchase that separately, which you can do through a Medicare Part D prescription drug plan. The edge here we've got to give to Medicare Advantage plans. It's just nice and convenient to have that Part D plan all bundled in with the same plan. The next category we have would be other perks. And with a Medicare Advantage plan, they come with a lot of extra benefits. So we're going to be talking about dental coverage, vision coverage, hearing aid coverage, gym memberships, meals while you're in the hospital, rides to and from hospital visits. And in certain zip codes and with certain carriers, you could have Medicare Part B reimbursements where it's a dollar amount every month that they send back to you either as a check or through your Social Security check. So that's a nice and convenient benefit to have. And that's a lot of benefits that are coming with the Medicare Advantage plan. With the Medicare Supplement Plan, you really don't get any additional benefits. There are some carriers that will give you a gym membership reimbursement or a gym membership, but for the most part, you're buying the Medicare Supplement Plan as it is, just a standalone coverage for the additional expenses you have to fill in the gaps left by original Medicare. So in this case, we have to give the win to Medicare Advantage plans because that is a lot of extra benefits that come with that plan. Moving on, let's talk about networks. So with a Medicare Advantage plan, as we mentioned earlier, you're usually tied to a network based off of your zip code or your geographic location. So again, if you're in a more populated area that has access to a lot of hospital systems, well, you're going to have a pretty decent network where you live. And that's how Medicare Advantage plans work. In fact, they have two different setups of this network. And the first is an HMO and the second is a PPO. Now, the HMO, you're going to be tied to that network that is specific to the insurance company that you choose. If you go outside of that network and visit a facility or a doctor outside of that network, you're going to be responsible for 100% of the costs. On the other hand, with the PPO network, you can visit doctors doctors and facilities outside of the network, and it will be covered, but not to the same extent as if you were to visit in-network facilities and doctors. So in this case, if you go out of network, you would have higher copays, higher coinsurance, things like that. Now, if you go over to Medicare Supplement Plans, you don't have a network. Anybody that participates with Medicare will accept your Medicare Supplement Plan. This means you can go anywhere in the country and feel confident that you're going to be covered as long as that facility or provider participate with Medicare. So we have to give the edge here to the Medicare Supplement Plans and their network or lack thereof. Let's wrap up with administration. Now, when we talk about administration, this is going to be things like what we had talked about, doctors in the network. It's going to be things like how the doctors and facilities are reimbursed, customer service on that end, and what's covered with prior authorizations, or do you need to get a referral before you see a specialist? So in the Medicare Advantage space, what you're going to see is that you are going to have to get referrals on a lot of things with most carriers. You're going to have different administration nuances that you need to keep in mind, and the way that they handle doctor networks and facilities is different. And so you could have access to certain doctors one year, and then if they come off of that Medicare Advantage Plan's network system, then you might have to find a new doctor. Medicare Supplement, on the other hand, pays secondary to Medicare. So what that means is that Medicare pays first if it is an approved expense, and then the Medicare Supplement Plan takes care of that other 20% that was left by Medicare. And there really aren't any questions asked here, because if it was approved by Medicare, then your Medicare Supplement Plan is also going to be approved. So it keeps things a little bit more streamlined in that sense, which is why we have to give the slight edge here to Medicare Supplement Plans in the administration side of things. Again, you aren't going to have doctors that suddenly drop off of network as long as they participate with Medicare. So that makes things a little bit easier. Now, if you notice, we are all tied up at 3 to 3, and this is kind of intentional because, as we mentioned at the very beginning of this video, these plans are suited for two very different people. If you are more risk averse and concerned about high medical costs as you start to age, then a Medicare Supplement Plan might be better for you as long as you are okay with that monthly premium that becomes a fixed cost throughout the rest of your life. That way you don't have any thoughts or worries or concerns. It's just kind of a set it and forget it, and you know things are going to be covered, and you can travel anywhere in the country and be fine. On the other hand, if you are a little bit more risk tolerant, then a Medicare Advantage Plan might suit you best because you aren't going to have that fixed monthly premium, and you're okay staying in your relative zip code and within the network that you've been used to for most of your life on an employer plan anyway. And even in the same household, it's okay to have two separate things, because in the case with my family, my mom is on a supplement plan and my dad is on an Advantage plan, and that's okay. It can work that way. The easiest way for me to think about this is kind of an analogy around food, because that's the way that my brain works. So with a Medicare Advantage plan, it's going to work a lot like a combo meal. So you're going to go to the same restaurant and you're going to have a lot of different benefits all in the same order. So you're going to get the drink, you're going to get the entree, and you're going to get the fries all in the same meal, and there's going to be a discount for that. A Medicare Supplement Plan, on the other hand, is more of an a la carte system. So you want the drink from Swig, and you want the hamburger from Five Guys, and you want the fries from Red Robin. And so you're going to go and you're going to pick and choose what you want from different companies and have that as your meal. You can kind of have a little bit more flexibility in terms of exactly what you want, but you're going to have higher fixed costs around that. That's the best way that I can think of it. If you have any questions about Medicare Advantage plans or Medicare Supplement Plans, please don't hesitate to reach out to us or check out any of our other videos. We've got a lot of resources on 90daysfromretirement.com, and feel free to talk to your agent if you have one, because they'd be happy to help. As always, thank you for watching.